Hello guys! You know, even in the 21st century, as the world keeps getting smaller and smaller, evolving into some sort of global village by the help of the internet and such, Asia still seems to be as mysterious and far away to many Western people who have nothing to do with it, as it was back then in the days of Marco Polo. But why am I making a video like this? I'm by no means an expert about Japan, neither am I one of them vloggers, but well, since I spent a fair amount of time in Japan, I've been confronted with misconceptions like those in the video over and over again, by friends, relatives, co-workers, you name it. Okay, now I don't want to make this introduction too long, just let me tell you that I've encountered each and every of the misconceptions shown in this video for real. None of them were made up. But since it's impossible to invite all of those people to make some sort of collab video with me and also to keep them nice and nameless, they shall be represented in this video by this guy.
Hey there, fellas!
Yep, let's get started.
Next time you visit Japan, could you bring me a souvenir or something?
Sure thing. What'll it be? A video game? Some replica of a classic print? Anime stuff?
I don't know. How about a kimono?
Now that's a common one right there. People in the West tend to mistake a kimono for some sort of bathrobe or something. Like this one, but it isn't. This is not a kimono, it's a bathrobe of some sort. This is a kimono. It has many layers and depending on the style and materials used, its cost can add up to as high as a small car. Also, it's quite a formal way to dress, like the equivalent of a business suit or something you'd wear at special occasions. I mean, you wouldn't want to go to your friend's wedding or a business meeting dressed like this, right? So that's a kimono. This one is not. Kimono, bathrobe, easy enough. You know what? You should really join me on a trip to Japan these days. People are so nice, everything's safe, everything's clean, and the food is so great.
I don't know, man. I'm not so much into sushi.
Yeah, like I don't even know where to start on this one. In Japan, you can eat gyudon, katsudon, hitsumabushi, yakitori, tsukune, okonomiyaki, monjayaki, takoyaki, nabemono, oden, ramen, yakiniku, unadon, and that's not even counting the Western stuff like hamburg steak, sausages and burgers. So if raw fish is not your thing, chances are good you'll find something that is. And by the way, the Japanese do not eat dogs or cats. They just don't.
Welcome back, dude.
What are you doing at my apartment?
Nothing special, just enjoying a few cold ones. By the way, you might want to restock your fridge, cause I had a bunch of those. Have you been to, Japan again or something?
Indeed. In fact, I'm coming straight from the airport.
That's wicked. Did you see the Great Wall?
The Great Wall of China is a series of fortifications made of stone, brick, wood and other materials generally built along an east to west line across the historical northern borders of China, in part to protect the Chinese Empire or its prototypical states against intrusions by various nomadic groups or military incursions by various warlike peoples or forces. And yes, I'm reading this straight off the Wikipedia article, and no, the Great Wall of China is not located in Japan. What in the world are you doing?
Well, since you're a Japan fan, I thought I'd greet you in Japanese style.
Surprisingly to me, this one's also quite common. I've even seen celebrities on TV making this mistake. That's how people in Thailand greet each other, the folded hands thing. In Japan, however, a simple bow will do. Usually hands are folded while saying itadakimasu before starting a meal or in some temple or shrine in prayer. But then even dogs are expected to do so. And yes, that was a joke.
You've been to Japan quite often now, haven't you?
I guess you could say that.
Well, do you even speak any Chinese?
I'm not kidding you guys, this one really happened to me like this. But newsflash, people in Japan don't speak Chinese, they speak Japanese. That's like a whole different language, like you would compare Russian to English or something. Granted, the Japanese kanji derived from the Chinese pictograms, but that was like 2000 years ago. Since then, the Japanese developed the hiragana and katakana alphabets and many confusing ways to read the kanji. The Japanese language, however, was kind of unique from the beginning and sounds completely different from the Chinese Mandarin or Cantonese. Here's an example.
Hello，大家好，咁我今日又係一個講中文嘅 video 啦，我知道有好多你哋都想睇到一個 tutorial，咁我今日就做一個眼妝，就係講中文嘅。
なんか曲がねどうだったかと、これビッグになる可能性はあるのかというところなんですけどね、どうでしょうね、西村さんの。
まあ割とこうテンポが良くて私は好きですね。
On one of your trips to Japan, did you screw any of those geishas? You know, those prostitutes with the tiny feet? Good lord.
Oh boy, there are like 3 misconceptions in this one alone. First of all, it's pronounced geisha, meaning something like person of the arts. And that's what a geisha does. She entertains with witty conversation, classic Japanese art forms like playing traditional instruments, dancing and tea ceremony, not prostitution. Also, you can't simply walk into some tea house and ask for a geisha. You have to be recommended by a regular, and boy, it's gonna cost you. And the bound feet part is way off. Feet binding has never been practiced in Japan. It was an old Chinese custom, finally outlawed in the mid-1900s.
What's up, brother? You had a safe trip to Japan?
Yeah, I'm here alright, but I think I caught something. I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Well, duh! You're in the land of remedies. Can't you get some tiger penis root or some granulated seahorse against that?
Once again, there's this odd confusion some people seem to have between China and Japan. Traditional medicine that uses those for us Westerners exotic ingredients like rhinoceros horn, shark parts and bear bile is Chinese. I'm sure you can find some of that stuff in Japan's Chinatowns. For example, Yokohama has quite a large one, but not in the general public. Also, it's nothing typical Japanese.
Wow, that was steep, man. Like really educational and all. Maybe one of those days I'll go to the Fujiyama with you.
Oh right, how could I forget? The Fujiyama. Actually it's called Fujizan. But don't be ashamed if you didn't know that, it's still a very, very common mistake. And we have Sir Rutherford Alcock to thank for that, who was the first British consul in Japan. A member of the Royal Geographical Society, he was the first Westerner to climb the Fujizan in 1860. Thing is, the kanji for mountain can be read as Yama when standing alone. However, in context like Mount Fuji, it is usually read as San, which in turn has nothing to do with the san you use while politely addressing someone. Confused? Yeah, tell me about it. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. But I don't want to make this video too long. Also, I don't really know beforehand how you guys will like it or not. So, see you in part 2. Maybe. Thanks for watching.